Okay, I'm putting the factory connection fork springs in. Pretty straightforward putting these in. There's not a really big, not a big deal here, but I think it's an important upgrade. So that's the .33 spring from factory connection. Pretty much looks just like the stock springs. Well, actually, they look a lot thicker. So yeah. But anyway, um, there's not a lot to say about this other than Kawasaki recommends that you use a spring holder tool, right, to get these caps off. And they're a little tricky. Um, a normal wrench will not fit through that spring coil and makes it like impossible to get the cap off there. So what I did was I actually bought a set of these. These are thin wrenches. So you can see how thin that is. It's like super thin actually. And they fit, easily through the coil to get to the nut. So without this, I would have had to buy the Kawasaki special tool. And the Kawasaki special tool's like 20 bucks. I found one on eBay, so not a big deal. I got a whole set of these though. Really good tools. For about $30, but you get a whole set of them, if I can remember where I put them. So, I think that was worth it. But yeah, then that comes right off. You pull the spring off, or the cap off. But the thing is that now the rod fell down in there, so I'm gonna have to fish that out. But shouldn't be a big deal. As soon as that cap comes off, it'll go down inside the tube, right? This rod here, right? As soon as this cap's off, the rod it'll just fall down inside the tube here. So I have to fish that out, but no big deal. So I'm gonna put that in there and get it all back together, and that'll be the factory connection fork springs. I think we'll have a better ride with that for my riding ability and weight. The other thing I did is to get the forks to set up like this and get the springs out, I put a strap on here around the axle, and I could have taken the whole wheel off and just taken the whole fork off, but thought I'd save myself a little time. If I was going to change the oil, I would have just taken the whole fork off. Alright, but I just strapped it down and pulled these up, and that worked really good. So no big deal. And again, I'm going to just keep working. You can see I'm well into it now. So fork springs.